Roger in West Midlands, United Kingdom writes, I've recently purchased some quite expensive new speakers, okay, and I left my existing JL Audio subs as they were previously set up, but they are now kind of boomy. My speakers apparently go down to 19 dB. I think you probably mean 19 hertz. And the subs are set to 80 hertz. It's a bit of a mystery to me as where to best set the roll-off relative to speaker performance, so a dummy's guide would be appreciated. All right, well, I don't have quite a dummy's guide, but I can give you some advice. If you're looking to set up subwoofers, like, well, here, this beast. This is, I've shown this before, this is a proto of a subwoofer driver that will be producing at PS Audio. Double spiders, big beast. I mean, the thing is, geez, heavy as it could be. And you put that in a box and you put a 1200 watt, 800 watt amplifier behind it, you got a subwoofer. But how do we integrate subwoofers into our systems? And you can probably guess exactly where I'm going with that. So in his old speakers, his main speakers, he had probably not as low a frequency that they went down to as his new speakers. So you're going to have a big overlap, and that's kind of where you're getting the boom. So the goal with a subwoofer, as I have said countless times, is to not hear it. Once you achieve that, it sounds like your main speakers have deep bass. That's the goal. So how do we do that? Well, one quick way you can do that is to always start with the lowest frequency on your controls of the subwoofer. So if you look at the back of most subwoofers, you'll have a low-pass filter and a high-pass filter. But let's forget the high-pass filter. So what does that mean? That means a high-pass filter sets how low the sub can actually go. And once in a while you see those, but most people want it to go completely low. And a low-pass filter, which is how low what's going to pass through, is set on there with the dial. So the higher the low-pass filter setting, the higher this woofer goes up to meet your speakers. And there's a magic transition point where you have no gap between as low as your main speaker goes and as high as the subwoofer goes. You kind of want those overlapping a bit, so as this is rolling off, the subwoofer is doing this, it's coming up. So I start as low as that low pass filter goes, and many times that's about 30 hertz. So start there, and as you're playing music that you know has good bass and should go down deep, you might hear like a stand-up bass, boom, 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 boom. You can use our setup guide, the Audiophiles guide. There's, whether you use the loudspeaker or the Audiophiles guide, you just go to octaverecords.com and you can order the disc, and we've got a good bass piece on there where you can have that. And as Chris Brunhaver, who actually designed this driver, is going down on his bass, if all of a sudden you lose level and then pick it back up again as it goes down, that means the subwoofer is too low, and you want to start raising it up slowly but surely, 32, 38, 40, 41, 45, and you keep raising that up until you get too much to where you get a hump where the two drivers are meeting, where your main speaker and your woofer collide or add together to make this bump that you're hearing now. So very simply, just take that low-pass filter, turn it all the way down, and then carefully, as you listen to it, turn it back up, 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 until it gets too much, back it off, and life should be good. Just remember, subwoofers should not be heard. You want to hear the bass coming out of the main speakers, and they augment speakers. And that's probably the best advice I can give you. Okay. Thanks for the question. Bye.